Jacqueline and Bailey.
What's up? And Finny!
And Finn!
Finn again.
Hi! Finn, say. No.
Hello.
Hey guys! We have not done a sit-down video in a long time. We realized that we've never told y'all this story, which is surprising for female YouTubers.
That's
I feel like it's a popular topic. So you guys really liked our videos about like period 101, which we did a long time ago, and the bra video, which actually my roommates have said they learned from. We were gonna tell you guys about
over here, like
our first period stories. Also slash figuring out the whole process.
the whole shebang.
So if you haven't started your period yet and you're watching this, learn from us. And if you have, laugh with us.
Yes, because you probably
get it. Chronologically in our birth order, she's older.
Yes.
By 2 minutes. Which is like not a lot, but still she's older. But chronologically, like maturity wise, like body, physically maturity wise, Bailey was like 2 years ahead. So I started my period when I was in 6th grade, 2 years before she started hers. I started my period the summer before 8th grade. Like almost 2 years between the two of us. Like, and I started wearing a bra way earlier than you did, and like all the shebangs. My first period story is so boring. There's nothing exciting about it at all. So essentially what ended up happening was I went to dance just like I went to dance every day after school. Didn't really think anything of it. Was like kind of like feeling a little bit sick to my stomach. Came home, went to the bathroom, bam, started my period for the first time ever. So I just casually walk outside. I'm like, hey mom, hey dad, I started my period. They're like, oh okay, do you know what to do? And I'm like, yeah. And then that was it. No, and then mom came to lunch with you. The next day I went to school. My mom, Mindy McKnight, comes and picks me up from school. Doesn't tell me about it. I'm like, why is she picking me up from school? This is so weird. And then takes me out to lunch to symbolize like my first day as a woman. Yeah, she was like, it's your first day as a woman. I was like, take me to lunch. It was very funny. So my first period story, ironically, 2 years later, the summer between 7th and 8th grade. Mind you, we moved to Texas the summer between 7th and 8th grade. So it was just overall a rough period for middle school Brooklyn. Just bad. Middle school? Was it really middle school? 7th and 8th grade? That's junior high. I don't remember. Wait, is that the same thing? I can't remember. I was in dance. Would you look at that? I think it's because you're around so many females. It's like your hormones. It's probably very true. So I was at dance, and Bailey had started like 2 years before, so I always carried a pad and a tampon with me everywhere, just on the off chance it was like, oh, it's my turn. So anyway, I was at dance, and you know, you just kind of know. So I went to the bathroom. I didn't know. You can like feel it, you know?
That's not real.
Yes, it is. Comment down below if you feel it now, but I didn't the first time. I definitely did. I was like, oh. So I went to the bathroom, sure enough, started my period.
Boom, boom.
Except I was scared to tell my mom. I didn't care at all. Not because it was like embarrassing or anything. I just didn't know what she would say, and I was afraid she would make me use a tampon, which I was like so scared of. I feel like this is something a lot of girls struggle with, is telling their parents like, hey, it started. Also, it's just like really independent. I was like, I know what to do. I'm fine. Like nobody needs to know. So I think I waited like 2 or 3 days, and then I went in. My mom was showering, and I was like, I want to start my period, and then I like ran out of the room. Just so we all are clear on this, I did not get a celebratory lunch celebrating the first day. I didn't know that. Hashtag disappointed. I do remember walking into like the next time we got together with our extended family, and all of my aunts and grandmas were like, Bailey, congrats! And I was like, for what? And my mom had told them all. It's terrible. That's like, also, you're celebrating that you can have children, but also so many more qualities about us. Also, periods suck. They're miserable. Moment of silence for all the women out there who are on their periods. We feel you. We feel you, girl. Understand. The more entertaining story for me is my first tampon story. Oh, mine's even more entertaining. Mind you, we did post a video about period 101. Some women never use tampons and just use pads. Some women use like diva cups. Some women use tampons only. I mean, it's up to you. There's like a full wide preference. There's like a very wide range of what you can use. But like traditionally, you're supposed to like try all of the different products, and I just ended up liking tampons. But the first time I tried to put one in, that was a little more. How long after your period did you? I think it was like my 3rd period, maybe 3 months after I started my period. We were supposed to go swimming with my cousins. Oh, I remember this. And I was like, I don't know what to do. But I knew that like if I got in the water, sometimes like your period, you'll like stop bleeding, and then once you get out of the water, you'll be fine. So I was like, it's just a problem of like getting into the water. So I ended up wearing a pad with my swimsuit, and I was like,
And you got in the water?
No. I was determined not to get in the water. I was like, oh, I don't feel good. My aunt was like, what? No, you don't feel good? Do you want some medicine? And my mom was like, I see right through
Mindy
you.
coming.
She came up to me and she's like, pulls me into the public restroom at a pool. So disgusting. And she's like, are you on your period? I forgot to mention that I got thrown into the pool. So now I'm dripping wet in this area. My pads no longer work. Disgusting. Anyway, she pulls me and she's like, here's a tampon. She like bought one of the ones from like the container things, which means it's like cardboard. Rips apart your uterus. It hurts so bad to put in. And she's like,
I know your tampon doesn't go into your uterus, right?
I know that.
Okay.
I'm just being dramatic. Well, beside the point. She has one of those things and she's like, put this in. I'm like, what?
No.
She's like, put it in right now. I'm like, I have no idea how to do that. I don't want to do that. That's scary. I start crying. I'm having a whole meltdown. And finally, like between the two of us, we managed to maneuver our way through the situation and come up with a permanent solution with the tampon. That's my story about the first tampon. Oh, mine's even worse, so it's fine. I was terrified of tampons. Like the idea of like just how to get that all to work.
For a lot
It's
of people.
terrifying.
That is very normal.
And I was very afraid of it like hurting, and so I refused to go anywhere near them. And so I just used pads for like a year. And I danced with pads, like chafing my legs. It was horrible.
Yeah, it's really hard to be a dancer and like not use
it was
tampons.
horrible. Like I don't know how I did it.
Terrible.
I was basically wearing a diaper. Like it was horrible. Anyway,
No.
but I didn't know that. And then one day, like everybody was going to Seven Peaks, which is a water park. It was like when we were visiting Utah or something. I was on my period and I was like, I'm not going. And everybody was like, why? And I had to explain why. And my mom was like,
Oh my god.
my mom is very like,
Get it done.
Like, yeah,
Come on.
she brought the tampon to me and she was like, use it. And I was like, no. She's like, use it. I was like, no. She's like, use it. And I was like, no. So then I sat in the bathroom for like maybe an hour trying to convince myself to use it. And I just like me sobbing this whole episode of
Drama.
And then I was like, no. You guys know Bella. Bella's older sister was
One of
like,
our friends' older
she goes,
sisters.
do you want me to put it in? She's literally like, I will put it in. She's like, I'll put it in for you. Like, this is a real story. Yeah, and I actually happened. And I was like, absolutely. Gave her the tampon. And she came in and was like trying to put it in for me. And I was freaking out. And I was like, no, wait, I'm scared. So then she didn't put it in. I came in and tried to put it in for me. Yes. And I was like, bored. And I was like, okay, Bailey can do it because she says it doesn't hurt. And then I was like, no. And I like freaked out. Didn't end up going to Seven Peaks. Didn't end up like using a tampon that day. 3 months later, it was like I was babysitting the kids at home in Texas just by myself. And I was on my period and I was like, you know what? This is pathetic. I was like ashamed of myself. Good. I was like, this is pathetic. And it's annoying. And finally I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And I had all the time in the world. Nobody was home, so like nobody could judge me. I sat in the bathroom. I was like, just do it. Just like get it over with. And so I did. I like used the tampon. And you know when you like don't put it in quite correctly, and so it's really funny. That's how it was the first time.
That's how it will be.
And I was like, this is horrible. I knew it. I was like, this is terrible. And then I like read the instructions, and it was like, if you
I didn't know that I was putting them in wrong by myself for probably 3 to 6 months.
No way.
Yeah, I went a super long
No
time putting them
way.
in wrong.
Can you go get a tampon?
Are you kidding me right now?
No, go get a tampon.
No, I'm not wasting a good tampon.
I'll go get it.
This is what a tampon looks like.
Oh my gosh.
And that's on Tampon channel. So you're supposed to insert this and then push this thing so
Oh
the tampon comes out.
no! Don't tell me you only did.
I just
No!
Here's the entrance of my body.
No!
I just rested it here and pushed it in, so it sat like this far down.
How
It's
did it not pop out of you?
Oh, it was like sitting half out of my body, but I eventually figured out that it was not supposed to sit like that.
It took one day for me to realize something's wrong.
So ladies,
But the point of the story here is that like once I did it, I never went back. At least for me, because I'm a more athletic person. It's just more convenient and more comfortable. That's different for every girl. I know some girls that use pads all the time, or like sleeping pads, or
but just a lesson for y'all if
So-
you haven't started your period yet. To use a tampon, don't rest it and push this.
also put the
listen.
Try all the options and then decide what you like, because I thought for sure it was like pads for sure, and then I tried tampons and liked it better. So
I tried the Diva Cup. Personally, not for me, but I did give it a go and tried it out.
I have not.
It was terrifying, and comment down below if you ever want me to do like an Instagram story or something explaining my experience with the Diva Cup.
That's all we have for you guys today.
Comment down below if you have any crazy stories. We'd love to hear them.
And
Or if you have any other ideas for like the big sis videos, as we like to call these.
if you want us to film any other video like this, let us know. Okay, bye y'all.
Ready?
What's happening right now?
Leapfrog.
Oh my gosh.
It's terrible.